the word quorum has been thrown around a lot in this Rivers issue, and they're saying it has to be a certain percentage of the House. But can three people in this case form a quorum? Because that's where everyone is holding on to say, look, three people can be the members of the House of Assembly. It cannot work. That's not what the Constitution says. Again, educate us, please.
Well, it's true that the Constitution talked of quorum and it put the quorum at 1/10 of the membership of the House. That is correct. Now, the situation we have, we need to be mindful of the provisions of other sections of the Constitution. You have the provision that says concerning sitting of the House, that the House shall have the power to sit or continue to sit, notwithstanding any vacancy in the House.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what that means is that even if some members of the House resign or die, it will not stop a House of Assembly that has been proclaimed, that has assumed duty in a term. It will not stop it from sitting.
I see.
Now, what happens if 27 members resign or die? Do we suspend legislative activities and wait until fresh election is conducted? No. By virtue of this provision, notwithstanding any vacancy, the House will continue to sit. So the original number for where you have a full House is 1/3 of the House. But if for any reason some members decide, the way these ones have done, to exercise their fundamental right for association, and they decide to leave the House and they vacate their seats, that will not stop the House from sitting. Now, when you talk of percentage, what you have left is the only number left. That means that if all the people left sit together and take a decision, it's an unanimous decision of the House. So there is no question of quorum, because 27 members have left the House, have vacated their seats. The House will work with what it has, and that's the intendment of the law when it said, notwithstanding any vacancy, the House of Assembly shall have the power to continue to do its work. So that addresses the question of quorum.
So you're saying that those three people, because one I hear had passed on, the female, have a right to sit as a quorum because legally they are still members of, and
legally that is all that is left of the House of Assembly. So the situation is as if 27 people resigned or for some reason decided to leave. The example I gave, if for any strange reason 27 members die, the House does not adjourn sine die. The House does not dissolve because of that. Those who are left will sit and initiate the necessary action that will lead to repopulating the House. Now, in this case, Section 109 sub G, 109G provides for what will happen that will constitute vacating a seat. And it says to give effect to it, subsection 2 of that section 109 provides what should happen. The remaining members will sit. The Speaker will present what has happened, or a member will bring to the attention of the House the fact that a member has resigned, or a member has died, or a member has joined the executive, or a member has defected. And when that is the attention of the House and the House verifies, those seats will be declared vacant. That has taken place. The provision provides for those who have vacated their seat to be present. It does not provide for them to participate in that proceeding. Only those who are left in the House will do that. And so if the House has only 3 members, it is a full House. Because the capacity of the House to function is not affected by any vacancy, whether it's 1 or 27 as we have in this case.
Interesting. Again, many people are saying that the fact that the governor even signed on to that piece of paper, knowing what the Constitution says and proclaiming that he was going to abide by whatever it is that the agreement was on that piece of paper, had contravened the law, that he even started this whole confusion in the first place. Where do you stand on that? Especially because we're talking about the Constitution that supersedes every other thing. Every other agreement.
The governor according to him, thought he was seeking a political solution to a problem. But from day one, I did say that the action of the governor does not in any way amend the law. Neither does it in any way affect the provisions of the law concerning the situation. And I think even those who were entering into agreement with the governor understood, and they demanded that the governor should continue to recognize these people. You continue to recognize the people only when they have lost the capacity to be recognized. So you persuade the person to continue to recognize. So he recognized them, pursuant to the agreement. But there is no power to amend or change the position of the law through an agreement. You cannot contract away provisions of the Constitution. Nobody has the power to enter into any agreement to decide that any section of the Constitution will not operate. So yes, it was a wrong thing to do. He thought he was seeking political problem to a problem, but that was not on the part of the law. The position he has taken now is the position of the Constitution.
Gentlemen, just pardon me. I want to play a video with Governor Sim Fubara. I want everyone to listen to, for those who are listening, listen to the audio. For those who are watching, check his body language. And let's see what we can make of, what the governor had to say in that video clip. Of course, there are too many things to consider as it is now. 2 days ago, the governor said River State has no House of Assembly. And today, there is a House of Assembly. So there are too many questions that need answers. Let's play this.
Let me say it here. The young people, those group of men who claim that are assembly members, are not assembly members. They are not existing. I want it to be on record. I accepted that peace accord. I accepted that peace accord to give them a floating. That's the truth. There was nothing in that peace accord that's a constitutional issue. It's a political solution to a problem. And I accepted it because these were people that were eating in my house. These were people that have helped pay their children's school fees when I wasn't even a governor. So what is the thing there? Yeah, we might have a division, but I believe that one day we could also come together. And that was the reason I did it. But I think it's gotten to a time when I need to make a statement on this thing so that they understand that they're not existing. Their existence is me allowing them to exist. If I de-recognize them, they are nowhere. That's the truth. So, I want you to see the sacrifice I've made in the cause of allowing peace to be in our state. I can say here, with all amount of boldness, I've never called any policeman anywhere to go and harass anybody. I've never gone anywhere to do anything against anybody. But what happens to people that are supporting me? They are being harassed. They are being detained. There is no week that somebody doesn't come here with one letter of invitation for trump-up charges and all those things. And in the face of this, you use the word. And why I'm saying this is because of what my senior said here, restrain. I don't think the other party has shown any restraint. I am the one that have shown restraint in the face of this thing. I'm the one that is badly heated, even when I have all the instrument, government instrument, to cause disaster. But why would I do it? This is a relationship that you eat together, you drink together. Why would I forget those things? So even when I act knowing fully well that there's a relationship which is bigger and greater than any other thing. Politics
Going. For those who are wondering, there was a visit, obviously, by representatives of Bayelsa State. I can see the first governor of the River State.
River State.
Yes, at the time. Yes. I remember that I've been to his house as a little girl. I was friends with one of his children. But then I also see
I had the plug to salute when he was governor.
Lovely.
As a primary school child.
Exactly. So we see several other people there from Bayelsa State coming to appeal for peace.